heard speech. Hopefully this time I'm going to get it right. So, a diurnal excursion into overheard words stirred this nerd to observe that the meanings inferred stirred absurd ruminations on blurred conversations and snatched conversations. And in the morning, as I woke for my fast to be broken, I listened to the news and the words that were spoken. Sensations of anger, despair are betokened. Is this really it? You've got to be joking. An exponent of the scrofulous corollary of monotone oratory concocts nonsensical assessments of a stalling economy, tone trite and evasive, to my mind abrasive. The codswallop of some toff posturing as a proponent of the underdog warrants only a scoff. What condemnable slop! I switch it all off, and having drained the morning's coffee pots of its last residual drops, head over to the bus stop. Once on, the sticomythic exhortations of school children's ruminations resound with reverberation. A cacophonous chorus, at once amusing, banal, naive and obscene, reshaping exchanges with phrases that lean on novel approaches to express what's been seen. And I gleaned from fragmentary comprehension that Tyrone fancies Cheryl and Dave's got detention. This spectacular distraction of vernacular extraction as a jumbled interaction with talk from another faction. The impenetrable jargon of white-collar parlance, haughtily discarding with a hardened self-assurance any doubt about the clouts they wield within the boardroom, whether probable or peacocking, such discussions leave me bored soon. But the bus's polyglot offerings are a glut not yet exhausted as another overheard proffering makes itself known, and the sources of terse bickering tones of domestic disagreement, a fresh picking of the bones in the wake of failed appeasement. The barbs thinly veiled leave a listener privy to home truths regaled, and with petty satisfaction a point-scoring reaction each trades their verbal blows to give the tete-a-tete more traction. Much later on the train, as I return with wearied brain, my ears can't help but strain to hear the thread of the refrain of uncensored discourse of local entrepreneurs, numerically focused on weights on their moors, providing a snapshot of business illicit, no care of who hears or who may be complicit. But their bartering bravado is diminished in the wake of eccentric observations that a stranger loudly makes, a loose cannon loquacity embodied in the ravings delivered by a speaker long unbothered by face-saving. But there's wit within, as passengers are pressed to check their emotional baggage as the train they do egress. At home I sit and mull on what sense I can disperse from this cadenza of dialogue so divergently dispersed, vast diaspora of dialogue so discursively diverse, as glottal undulations undulate down busy streets, garbled grammar grabs the ear as it attains newfangled feats, sometimes splintering syntax stretches to saurian assessment, neither sign nor signified, survive in speech that's simply vestment, and at others profound insight is inscribed within the snippets of lyrical shibboleths that impart wisdom in tidbits. As I lay my head to rest and succumb to gentle slumber, I consider all these speech types an incalculable number, and take solace from the knowledge, though there's much I can't discern, that the city's exquisite linguistic exhibit holds much for those who look to learn.